He texts when he says he will, he follows through, he listens. He does not disappear for 3 days and come back like nothing happened. There is no guessing game, no emotional crash, no sudden high after a long silence, and somehow she feels unsure, not because he is cruel, not because he is unavailable, because he is calm, and after years of confusing anxiety with chemistry, calm can feel suspiciously close to nothing.
Welcome back to the Alchemy Pair. It's been a little while, and tonight we're coming back with a question that sounds simple, but can feel surprisingly hard to answer. Are you settling or finally choosing peace?
Because those two things are not the same. And they can feel weirdly similar at first.
I think the first thing to say is this: stability is not automatically love, but chaos is not chemistry either.
That line matters because a calm person is not automatically the right person. Just because someone is kind, consistent, and emotionally available does not mean you owe them attraction.
Exactly. This episode is not choose the safe person. It's more specific than that. The question is whether something important is actually missing or whether the old emotional drama is missing, and those are not always the same thing.
Because when someone is doing everything right and you still feel flat, that can be confusing. You start thinking, what is wrong with me? Or, am I ruining a good thing?
And maybe not. Sometimes the calm person really is not your person, but sometimes the absence of panic gets mistaken for the absence of feeling.
Let's define settling carefully, because settling is real. It can mean forcing attraction, ignoring a real lack of desire, staying because you're scared nothing better will come, convincing yourself that kindness is enough when something important is absent.
Or staying because being chosen feels good, even if you do not actually feel drawn to the person. That matters too.
Yes, if you feel dead inside the connection, if you secretly look down on them, if you keep trying to talk yourself into wanting them, that's not peace. That may be self-abandonment in a polite outfit.
That's well said. Choosing peace is not the same as talking yourself into someone you do not actually want.
And I think people need permission to hear that. You do not owe someone attraction because they are kind. You do not owe someone a relationship because they are emotionally healthy.
Kindness matters, safety matters, but they are not substitutes for actual connection. Now the other side. Sometimes what feels missing is not connection, it's intensity, and intensity can come from a very different place.
Like the old pattern, the late text, the vague energy, the 3 hours of waiting. Then suddenly, hey, sorry, crazy day, and your whole mood changes.
Right. Sometimes the high is not the relationship, it is the relief after feeling unsure. And unpredictability can make attention harder to release. Not because everyone is addicted to chaos. Not because intensity is fake, but because uncertainty can make small moments of warmth feel bigger.
Exactly. A delayed reply starts to feel like longing. Relief starts to feel like passion. Chasing starts to feel like effort, and effort starts to feel meaningful.
For some people, intensity becomes familiar enough that consistency feels underwhelming at first. That does not mean they want unhealthy love. It may just mean their emotional reference point was shaped by uncertainty.
And this is where the confusion lives, because anxiety is louder than peace. That does not make it more truthful. So then what does choosing peace actually mean? Because peace should not mean boredom you have to defend.
No. Peace should feel like safety with aliveness, not emotional deadness, not silent resignation, not, well, at least they're nice.
Peace might feel quieter, but quieter does not automatically mean wrong. It may mean you are not spending your whole day decoding messages. It may mean you do not have to perform to keep someone's attention. It may mean affection arrives without emotional whiplash.
A safe relationship may not flood the room with urgency. It may give you enough quiet to notice what is actually there. Curiosity, respect, desire that is not built on panic, comfort that does not require shrinking yourself.
That's the important distinction. Do you feel unseen or do you feel safe? Because those are not the same feeling.
And also, do you feel calm because the connection is emotionally secure? Or do you feel flat because you genuinely do not want this person? That question matters.
I think the hardest part is that both things can look similar on the surface. No panic, no obsession, no emotional spike. So now you have to ask better questions.
Not, do they make me anxious? That is too shallow. More like, do I feel more like myself around them? Do I feel curious about them? Do I want to move closer? Do I respect them?
And am I relaxed because I feel safe? Or am I disconnected because I'm not really in this?
Yes. Because peace should not require you to erase your own desire. If attraction is absent, that matters. If warmth never turns into real interest, that matters. If you are staying from fear, that matters.
But if the only thing missing is the chase, if what feels absent is the stomach drop, the checking, the guessing, then maybe what you're missing is not chemistry. Maybe you're missing instability.
And instability is not proof that love is real.
So maybe the question is not only, am I settling? Maybe it's, what have I been calling chemistry? Because sometimes peace feels strange at first, not because it is empty, but because it is not asking you to fight for your place in the room.
And sometimes settling feels peaceful on the surface. But underneath, there is quiet resentment. No curiosity, no pull, no real yes.
So the goal is not to choose boredom over passion. And it's not to choose anxiety over safety either.
The goal is a relationship that has both aliveness and trust, desire and steadiness, attraction and emotional safety.
You do not need to shame yourself for being drawn to intensity. And you do not need to shame yourself for wanting peace. The work is in telling the difference.
Stability is not automatically love, but chaos is not chemistry either.
Until next time, notice what feels missing and ask whether it is desire or just the chase.
We'll see you next time.